Imagine living in a world where everyone tells you that you don't belong, that you are a mistake of nature. This is the harsh reality for thousands of transgender people in Pakistan. Known locally as Hijras or Khwaja Sira, transgender individuals have existed in South Asia for centuries. Despite their historical presence, many continue to live in the shadows, fighting daily battles for survival, recognition, and respect. Rashid, a young transgender man from Lahore, recalls his childhood vividly. From the moment I realized I was different, I knew life would be hard. At school, kids laughed at me, mocked my voice, and called me names. Teachers didn't intervene. My own family often questioned my identity and sometimes even humiliated me in front of relatives, he says. These experiences are all too common. In Pakistan, transgender children often feel unseen and unheard, their identities invalidated from the start. The struggle begins at home. Many families, fearing societal judgment, reject or disown their transgender children. In rural areas, this rejection is often more severe due to conservative cultural norms. Transgender individuals are frequently denied basic rights, including access to education, healthcare, and employment. This leads to a cycle of poverty and marginalization that is difficult to escape. Despite the hardships, transgender people have always played roles in society. Historically, they were involved in cultural rituals, blessings, and even politics at certain points. Their presence in South Asian history is undeniable, yet modern society often refuses to recognize it. For many, life is about survival more than fulfillment, with every day presenting a new challenge. Rashid remembers walking to school with his head down, avoiding the stares of classmates and strangers alike. Even in public spaces, we are often treated as invisible. People avoid eye contact, whisper behind us, or worse, threaten us, he explains. This constant invisibility and fear shape their lives in ways most people cannot imagine. But life unseen also builds resilience. Rashid recalls finding solace in books, music, and online communities, where he discovered stories of people like him fighting and thriving in different parts of the world. These small moments of connection gave him hope that there could be a place for him in the world, somewhere he could be accepted and respected. The first step in this journey is recognition, not just personal recognition, but societal acknowledgement. While law and media can offer some protection, the real challenge lies in changing mindsets. Each transgender individual in Pakistan carries the burden of centuries of social stigma, yet their courage and persistence continue to inspire change, slowly but surely. In this section, we begin to understand what it means to live unseen, unheard, and often unloved, yet still dream of a world where acceptance is possible. This is the reality for thousands of transgender people like Rashid, people who wake up every day with hope in their hearts, even when the world tells them they are wrong. The fight for identity is one of the most defining aspects of a transgender person's life in Pakistan. In a society where gender roles are rigid and strictly enforced, transgender individuals face discrimination from the moment they come of age. Rejection from family is common, often forcing them onto the streets at a very young age. This rejection is not only emotional but practical. Many lose access to education, healthcare, and protection, which are basic rights for every citizen. Rashid's story reflects this struggle vividly. When I came out to my parents, they didn't understand. They told me I was cursed or that I was bringing shame to the family. I had to leave home at 16 because staying there was unbearable, he recalls. Many transgender youth in Pakistan experience similar fates, leaving them vulnerable to exploitation, harassment, and poverty. Often, survival becomes the immediate concern. For some, this means performing at weddings, begging in public, or taking informal jobs. Unfortunately, these are often dangerous or unstable ways to live. Without formal identification or legal recognition, finding secure employment is almost impossible. Many are denied entry into hospitals or are mistreated when seeking medical care. Even the simple act of receiving education becomes a challenge, with schools refusing admission or forcing students to drop out. Yet, the struggle is not only external, it is deeply personal. Accepting one's gender identity in a hostile environment is emotionally taxing. Rashid shares, even when you accept yourself, the world refuses to see you. People look at you as if you are abnormal. your identity becomes a source of constant battle. For transgender individuals, every form they fill, every workplace they enter, and every doctor's visit is a challenge to their very existence. Despite this, Pakistan has made some progress. The Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Act of 2018 allows individuals to self-identify their gender on official documents. This historic legislation provides a glimmer of hope, ensuring that transgender individuals can legally claim their identities. Yet, the law alone cannot dismantle decades of prejudice. Social acceptance lags far behind legal recognition, and everyday discrimination remains rampant. The path to identity is also a journey of community. Many transgender people form bonds with others like them, creating support networks to survive and thrive. These networks are often led by experienced transgender mentors called gurus, who guide younger members, provide emotional support, and help them navigate societal challenges. Without these communities, the struggle would be nearly impossible to endure. In this section, we see that identity is more than just a word on a document. It is a lived experience, a personal journey, and a daily challenge in Pakistan. For people like Rashid, claiming their identity is an act of courage, resistance, and hope, a fight not just for themselves, but for a future where acceptance is possible for everyone. Behind the statistics and news headlines, there are real people, transgender individuals with dreams, fears, and ambitions just like anyone else. Each life tells a story of courage, resilience, and hope despite constant challenges. Shazia, a transgender woman from Karachi, is one such story. She dreamed of becoming a teacher, but schools refused to hire her solely because of her gender. I felt invisible. My qualifications, my hard work, my dedication, none of it mattered, she recalls. For Shazia and many like her, survival often meant navigating a world that refused to accept them. Many transgender individuals resorted to street performances, begging, or informal jobs to make ends meet. Some joined traditional Hijra communities, living under the guidance of a guru who acted as a mentor, protector, and provider of emotional support. These communities became lifelines, offering a sense of family and belonging when mainstream society rejected them. Life in these communities, however, is not without challenges. Discrimination, harassment, and violence are daily threats. Transgender people are frequently the first to lose their homes or jobs and are often last to receive medical attention. Many face verbal abuse or physical attacks in public spaces. Yet, even amid these struggles, the resilience of transgender individuals shines brightly. Shazia explains, "We are more than our struggles. We have dreams, talents, and ambitions. We want to live, work, and contribute like anyone else." Education and employment are particularly difficult hurdles. Schools often reject transgender children, and employers are hesitant to hire adults. This exclusion forces many to live in cycles of poverty. Yet, some individuals fight to break these barriers. Shazia started a small tailoring business and now mentors younger transgender people, helping them learn skills and find safe employment opportunities. Healthcare is another major challenge. Transgender individuals often avoid hospitals due to fear of mistreatment or discrimination. Many suffer from untreated medical conditions, and mental health struggles are widespread due to social rejection. However, NGOs and activists have begun providing support, offering counseling, vocational training, and safe spaces for transgender communities. Despite adversity, these faces behind the struggle teach a powerful lesson about resilience. They refuse to let society define their worth. Rashid and Shazia are not only surviving, they are advocating, mentoring, and breaking stereotypes. By sharing their stories, they challenge societal norms and inspire hope. In this section, we realize that transgender individuals in Pakistan are not just marginalized statistics. They are living, breathing humans with hopes, fears, and dreams. Their stories of courage illuminate the path toward acceptance, understanding, and equality. Each personal victory, no matter how small, is a step toward a future where transgender people can live freely, authentically, and with dignity. Change is slowly arriving in Pakistan, and transgender activists are at the forefront of this transformation. Across the country, individuals and organizations are raising their voices, fighting for education, employment, healthcare, and social acceptance. Social media has become a powerful tool, allowing transgender people to share their stories, challenge stereotypes, and build awareness at a national level. Rashid, who once felt invisible, now works with an NGO supporting transgender rights. Our goal is not just to fight for legal recognition, but to make society understand that transgender people are humans first, with the same dreams and potential as anyone else, he explains. His work includes visiting schools, speaking to families, and advocating for inclusive policies. Employment is slowly improving. Some universities, companies, and government departments have begun hiring transgender individuals, providing stable incomes and opportunities for professional growth. This is significant, as financial independence directly impacts dignity and social status. Even in entertainment and media, transgender actors and artists are emerging, telling their stories and challenging harmful stereotypes. These efforts break centuries-old barriers and slowly normalize transgender presence in public life. Education is another key area. NGOs and activists are creating safe learning spaces and scholarships for transgender youth. Access to education allows them to dream beyond survival, pursue careers, and contribute meaningfully to society. The impact is profound. Educated transgender individuals can advocate for themselves, mentor others, and inspire societal change. Legislation also plays a role. The 2018 Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Act allows self-identification, protects against discrimination, and provides access to health care. While the law is not a cure-all, it is a significant step toward institutional recognition. Activists are now working to ensure its implementation reaches even the most marginalized communities. Breaking barriers is also a mental and emotional journey. Transgender people like Shazia and Rashid are reclaiming their voices, finding confidence, and challenging stigma in everyday life. Whether it's negotiating with employers, teaching workshops, or performing on stage, each action is a small revolution against centuries of discrimination. This section shows that change, though slow, is possible. Legal rights, education, employment opportunities, and media representation are creating a platform for transgender people to live openly and proudly. These efforts not only benefit the transgender community, but also encourage society to embrace diversity, empathy, and equality. The journey of transgender individuals in Pakistan is far from over. While laws, social campaigns, and media representation are improving, societal acceptance remains a significant challenge. Real change requires families, communities, and schools to embrace transgender people with empathy, understanding, and love. Rashid reflects on the future he dreams of. I hope for a Pakistan where a transgender child can go to school without fear, where they can work without judgment, and where society accepts them for who they are. Our dreams are not different. We just want a chance to live with dignity. Education and awareness are crucial. Schools teaching inclusivity, media highlighting real stories, and families offering support can transform attitudes. When society acknowledges the humanity and potential of transgender individuals, the cycle of discrimination and poverty can be broken. Healthcare access must also improve. Transgender individuals often avoid hospitals due to fear of harassment. Training medical staff to be inclusive, offering gender-affirming care, and creating safe spaces are essential steps toward equality. Despite the hardships, transgender people in Pakistan are a symbol of courage and resilience. Their stories inspire society to rethink rigid norms, challenge prejudices, and embrace diversity. Activists, mentors, and everyday individuals are showing that change is possible, even in the face of deep-rooted cultural biases. The vision for the future is one where transgender individuals are recognized as equals, where they can pursue education, careers, and personal fulfillment without fear. It's a vision where society celebrates difference rather than punishing it. As Rashid says, we may have faced decades of discrimination, but our courage is stronger than society's ignorance. At the heart of this story is a simple truth. Every person, regardless of gender identity, deserves love, dignity, and freedom. By sharing their stories, listening to their struggles, and celebrating their achievements, we can create a more inclusive, compassionate Pakistan. The journey is long, but with courage, hope, and collective effort, a brighter future is possible. Transgender people are teaching Pakistan and the world a vital lesson that authenticity, resilience, and humanity cannot be erased, and that every individual has the right to live freely, proudly, and without fear.